I'm loving the ambiance.
I
in here.
know. I walked in this morning and went, oh my God.
We have the full theme. So you and Billy Bob, incredible.
Thank
Clearly,
you.
like we loved watching you all together, and you described him as a very truthful actor, similar to your previous co-stars from American Horror Story. Can you elaborate on that and kind of just what you mean?
Well, I remember Marlon Brando was saying once, when they call action, don't do anything. And Billy Bob he's not a Hollywood actor. He's always followed his own nose, and he just is honest off screen, and he brings that honesty with him on. I just don't think he's capable of being phony at all. And so when you look into somebody's eyes who is that way, it really keeps you on your toes, and you can't fool around. You can't. You just have to open it up.
Sure you won't die up there.
I've done smaller spaces, trust me.
Well, if you don't make it, son, I got a cigar box make a nice casket.
Who you calling son?
Well, I'm proud to say that my is colorblind, so you never know. Oh. Whoa. You go, little sperm. Get up in there. Well, you don't see something like that every day.
And you've played some pretty intense characters. Your current role, American Horror Story, which I love, by the way, and then playing this terrible mom in Bad Santa 2. Does that ever the intensity of these characters, does that ever transfer over to your personal life? Like, how are you able to convey that?
No, years and years and years ago when I was doing a play on Broadway and I played someone who wanted to kill themselves, that was the turning point for me. That play taught me that you can't damage yourself, allow yourself to be so affected by your character that you can no longer be able to work. You have to learn to be a professional, and that means doing something, creating a character, working on that character, performing that character, whether you feel like it or not. That's what professional is, and I really had to let go of that, of just being so in it, man. I'm just so in it. It just doesn't, you can't do that. So I play like a kid, like a little child. I love doing all of that. And then I go home and I'm not that. And in fact, sometimes if it's a particularly awful character, and this is sharing something very personal, I take the makeup off. It's just like the reverse process. When you put the makeup on and you look in the mirror and say, okay, that's her. It's the reverse process for me at night. Take the makeup off, take away the costume. But the last thing I do is literally cleanse myself, purify myself in a way to say, oh, I want all that negativity to disappear.
Thank you for sharing that. That's incredible to hear. So I know the characters, the writers of the film, they were considering having Willie's dad in this Bad Santa 2, and they decided not to focus more on you all's relationship. Do you think inserting that male figure kind of would have changed the dynamics of your character's relationship?
Yeah, I think it would have made it testosterone heavy. Can I say that? And I think it's a good balance, that, and it's interesting. I think it's more interesting to have a mother figure there who's just, I was saying earlier to someone, it's like when you see an alien, you see the mother, and you just keep looking up and up and up. And the mother-son relationship is very complex, where I find the father-daughter complex, stronger and more interesting. So I think for this film, it really worked.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
It was my
Kathy.
pleasure.